Mine did the same thing, it shut mine off twice.
Glass of water. Yeah.
Good evening. This is Monday, April 2nd, 2012. I will call this meeting of the Norfolk City Council to order. This is an open meeting. Posted in the northwest corner of this room is the actual Open Meeting Act, made accessible to all members of the public. I would ask if you would stand with us, join in a moment of silence, and as well the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we'll continue with roll call.
Coy.
Here.
Lange.
Here.
Merrill.
Here.
Boston.
Here.
Huron.
Here.
Brenneman.
Here.
Faust.
Here.
Saunders. Here.
Under action items, I would request approval of the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
A motion with a second to approve the consent agenda. Please vote.
All council members voting in the affirmative.
As well, I would ask for move for approval of the full agenda provided in your packet.
So move, Your Honor.
Second.
A motion with a second for approval of the full agenda. Again, please vote.
All council members voting in the affirmative.
Okay. We're going to move right to special presentations tonight, and Dennis will look to you for, I would assume, the recreation update.
Yes, I'll give you an recreation update, and then Councilman Lange suggested that we also have some updates on 25th Street. So when we get done with recreation, we'll do one on 25th Street. So it's getting to be a busy time down at the park these days with the nice weather and the unseasonable March weather. But they started working on the rest of the parking lot for the just west of the football stadium today. Started doing the grading in there. We've pretty much cleared out the area that we were using for a staging area, so they can complete the rest of that parking lot there moving forward in the near future. Over on the pool side, we poured the last of the wave pool except one small run-out piece that is left. So they've got one more pour on the actual pool vessel itself. They've been working on rubbing down the recreation pool walls, some of those things. We've started the slide construction. There's working on the yard hydrants, lighting in the pool area. The painter's busily working away inside of the building. They've done some drywall in that area, partitioning off the various areas, building a fire-rated wall between the concessions and the rest of the building. Started the storm sewer construction around the pool area today. So there's lots of activities going on there. Probably before we meet again, they may start fill the recreation pool. They have to fill the pool, do a 7-day leak test, and then they'll drain it and dry it out again, and then paint the walls of the pool and some of those things. So that's just kind of how that'll be working. So you'll see water, it'll disappear, we'll bring water back again, and some of those good things. So with that, I'd answer any questions you might have on the recreation projects.
Dennis, will that be about the amount of water that we'd lose in a week at Memorial Pool?
No, I'm not sure. Yeah, this pool's a little bit bigger than that, so it's probably a little more than that. One last thing, I guess they did start some of the dirt work down at for the restroom facility in Tazuka Park late last week. So.
Very good. Any other questions at all on that project? Okay.
We'll move on to 25th Street.
Please.
We've been working out there, I think, about 3 weeks, mostly down by the Pizza Hut area. They poured some concrete last Friday, which would be basically the southbound lanes from the highway north just to get past Taylor Avenue. They poured the east half, which will be northbound lanes, this morning. They're working on forming up the turn lanes and the island that go in between those, and I would expect probably, if weather holds by the end of this week or early next week, that concrete will probably be all in place, and then we'll need to wait to get the requisite strength so they can get on there to do the backfilling and those types of things. So that's what's going on the south end of the project. We closed the north end of the project today through True Traffic. They've got the guardrail down off the bridge. They started building widening out the slopes there right by the bridge for the two bridge approaches today. Putting in silt fence this afternoon. Just a bunch of little beavers out there working right around the bridge. They're working on the rerouting of the trail around the bridge. We will have access to the trail in the park. From the west, we'll have it to get over to the east side. We're hoping to have the loop available around the lake at all times. That's our goal.
Okay.
Once we get into actually rerouting the trail and getting the new little trail bridge in there, that may be more of an effort for us, but I think right now it'll be pretty much the way it is. It may, from time to time, be concrete, or it may be a crushed aggregate surfacing, as things come along. So,
But you still will be able to access that trail and come through Park Hill area?
Yes.
That's great.
That
Good.
will be. It's a popular question today.
Yeah.
We had two. I got run down in the grocery store, and we had a phone call. So.
I had a phone call as well, so I appreciate that.
But the goal is to try to get that done here in the next couple of days so that it will be cured, because next Monday they're planning to start the demolition on the bridge and the bridge construction. So
Okay.
that contractor, telephone or gas companies out there making some service connections on the southern part of the project. So.
All right. Any other questions at all? Anyone? Okay. Then we'll move off of special presentations and look at public hearing here to comply with provisions of our state statute before the consummation of the purchase of property by the City of Norfolk, located at 810 South A Street, and described as follows: the Melcher addition to the City of Norfolk, Madison County. With that, I will open the public hearing, and I will look. Gary Bruckschneider's here. How about if he does?
Where's he? Oh, there
Yep.
he is. Okay, good.
Ready to come forward, Gary, and talk to us a little bit about it?
Gary Brett Schneider,
Yeah.
City Housing. This property was vacated 4 lots. There's been a lot split down there. It's the old Green Gables area, is in the past known as. The city is purchasing 1 lot on the northeast corner, and the other lots are 2 to be projected to be duplex lots, and the other one a single-family lot. So there's some work to be done by the power company. It has to bore underground to move the power lines and that, but that's going to be done by the owner of the property prior to city purchasing our lot and then opening those other 5 single-family residence areas to other members of the community. And then the city, that's under the CR grant, would have been 09 CR 107, which was round 2. Phase 1 was the acquisition phase, and then we fall under 09 CR 207, that's supplemental. We are building a house back on there and offering direct home buyer assistance up to $30,000 on that. Would be our 3rd house that we will be doing. We have 3 houses yet to build, and that would be the 3rd one.
That's great. Okay, any questions at all for Gary, anyone? Okay, thanks.
You.
All right, I remind you this is a public hearing. Is there anyone in the audience that wants to come forward and speak to this? That may have questions? Okay, seeing none then, I will close the public hearing and ask for consideration of approval of a real estate purchase agreement with Don Melcher to purchase the property at 810 South 8th Street for $13,000 using the Community Revitalization Grant Funds.
I would move for consideration, Your Honor.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion here at all? All right. With that, then, I would ask you to please vote.
All council members voting in the affirmative.
Okay. And next, under agenda items, is consideration of ordinance number 5203, amending section 2-5 of the code to update the city's comprehensive fee schedule.
Your Honor, I would introduce ordinance 52-5, was it? 03, excuse me.
3, section 2-5. Okay,
Second.
all right. Discussion on this? Who's talking to this? Is that you, Clint? Shane?
Mayor and Council, the update there is in response to the discussion we had at the work session. It's going to set the fees for recreational use fees that we discussed at the work session last Monday. And it's also going to define what the area looks like that we're going to assign those fees versus local versus out of non-local. So I'd be happy to answer any questions, or staff would be happy to answer any questions that you might have about that. I know there was some discussion about the zoning jurisdiction versus the school district boundaries. We do have maps of those available for the council as well, but if you wanted to look at those. But as it states there, we're looking at the zoning jurisdiction, setting that for setting the local fees versus the non-local fees. So.
Okay. Any questions for Shane, Council? Okay. Seeing or hearing none, then I would look to you, Beth, for a short title.
An ordinance of the City of Norfolk, Nebraska to amend Section 2-5 of the official city code to update the comprehensive fee schedule, to provide when this ordinance shall be in full force and effect, and to provide for publication of this ordinance in pamphlet form.
And with that, if you would please vote.
All council members voting in the affirmative, ordinance 5203 carries on first reading.
Okay. Seeing nothing else on the agenda then, I'm going to adjourn. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate you being here. Short meeting. You must have...
Get ready.
Let's try to do this.